This is the Real Estate Wholesalers Club, where we're all about getting you to that first deal, that shut up money, that tells all your doubts and all your fears, hey, this stuff works. Shut up. Today, we are launching into, hey, how are you? Today, we are launching into a live session where 4 weeks in a row on Monday nights, we are going to be talking about mastering the seller phone call, calling leads and getting deals. We are going to get very meticulous about this. We are going to break down the seller phone call week by week for 4 weeks. This also goes hand in hand with our next 3 Saturday live Q&A shows at 10 a.m. Central Time right here on Facebook and YouTube. Every Saturday we do it, but the next 3 Saturdays, we're tying in here to the 4 weeks to mastering the phone call on Monday nights by doing I Call Your Seller Leads on Saturdays. So come on Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Time, same place, same bat channel, same bat time. And I will call some of your seller leads and we'll demonstrate this live. I don't know of any other coaches or gurus that are doing I Call Your Seller Leads live, but we are right here at the Real Estate Wholesalers Club. So anyway, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. In week 1, we're going to break down the seller phone call, and we're going to start with stage 1. Let's say hi to everyone out there. First of all, like and subscribe if you haven't yet, but welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you're here. I know you're going to get a lot out of this session. We're not going to go for an extraordinary long time tonight, but we are going to cover some really good information about mastering the seller phone call. I believe that most people, if you're like most people, and you might be, you probably are a little afraid, right, of the phone. I get it. I've been there. The phone can be scary. In fact, this one has a really long cord on it, and it could even be a choking hazard. Okay. So I get it. Phones can be pretty intimidating and pretty scary. I had a millennial tell me the other day, and I kind of had a notion about this, but I didn't really realize that it was, he put it in a very succinct manner. Okay. He said it just like this. He said, you know, I'm a millennial and all the phoning that I've done has been text. He said, but like I have talked to my grandma and my mom on the phone. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, oh my goodness, I think he said it perfectly. People nowadays, more and more so, not some of us old school guys, and I see some old cats on here. I mean, we've been around the phone a long time, but now some of these younger guys, they have not really even used the phone at all for much of anything other than like calling mom or dad, brother, sister, grandma, auntie, uncle, that kind of thing. So this can be very, very intimidating. There's a couple metaphors that people like to use. I like to say there's days when the phone weighs 10,000 pounds and you just can't pick it up. that can be the case. And I know there's some other metaphors like, hey, some days the phone feels like it actually has thorns on it. It's a cactus, so you can't touch it. It'll prick you. The phone really is intimidating for everybody. So first of all, don't feel like you're special because you're scared of the phone. That's where everybody starts. Even the people that you see that are successful with the phone, myself, other coaches, other gurus, other people that are successful real estate investors, they've all started somewhere. And that was probably kind of being scared of the phone, not knowing what to say, not knowing what to do, afraid of what will be said back to you, afraid of questions that we don't know how to answer, afraid of what if they think I'm a scammer? Okay. Let's open up the lines here, guys. If you're muted, you can unmute. And let's talk a little bit about the seller phone call. I've got a few questions for you, and I want you to interact with me. But first off, let me set the agenda for our 4 weeks here. Tonight, we're going to talk about setting the agenda on the phone call. Now, these are the 3 major stages or parts, pieces of the seller phone call. Number one is the agenda stage, and that is where you begin. Okay, that's the very beginning of the phone call. The second stage is the qualification stage, and this is where you're asking questions of the homeowner or the lead, and you are, getting information, and you're developing your idea and concept of what's happening here, and you're rating the lead on a scale of 1 to 10 motivation during the qualification stage. That's the second stage. You're asking questions so you can put them on a scale of 1 to 10. And 1 being that they're not motivated at all, and 10 being that they're highly motivated, like definitely want to do the deal. So your job in the qualification stage is to simply determine where they are on this scale of 1 to 10. Now, what do we do with the 1 to 10 group? Well, what we do is if they're 1 through 4, they're not very motivated, are they? So we're going to get off the phone. We're going to immediately hang up. Not immediately. We might say goodbye, or I wish you luck, or have a nice day. We might say something like that, but we're getting off the phone. Okay. Now the next, if they're a 6 through 10, what are we going to do? We're going to kiss the girl, right? We're going to go for it. When she's at a 6 through a 10, do you keep talking, guys? All right. Somebody out there is like, this guy might be a misogynist. I don't know, but I can tell you from my experience, when she's a 6 through a 10, quit talking, stop explaining, and get in there. Am I right? I think I'm right. So that's the qualification stage. Now, determining whether or not you can kiss the girl. Okay. Somebody's like, I thought this was about real estate. He's talking about Dayton. Okay. Anyway, actually, I used to live in Ohio, real close to Dayton. Now, the third stage is closing. The third stage is closing. And closing will be a question that you ask that is a proposition, but it's formed in as a question. And so you're going to solicit a response from them, and it's either going to be, yes, no, maybe, or more questions. And so we'll talk about the closing in week 3. So tonight we're talking about the agenda. Next week, we're talking about the qualification section. And the third week, we're talking about the closing section. And in the fourth week of this 4-week class, we're going to talk about overcoming objections. All right. Overcoming objections. All right. Is everybody that's going to participate unmuted and cameras on? I've got some questions. Question number 1. Let's get out all the fears right now. Let's talk about right now what we're afraid of. What are we afraid of happening on this call? I may not be able to solve all of our fears right now, but what I want to do is I want to vocalize what all the fears are, and we're going to address these in this class. Okay.
All right, Justin.
Tonight or some of the other nights, we're going to get through all these fears. What is the fear of the phone for you? What are you afraid that they're going to say? What are you afraid that they're going to do? What's the question that you're most afraid of? What is going on? What is in your head? Dig deep. Dig deep in here. What's going on inside me that I'm afraid of? Somebody.
Can you hear me, Justin?
Yeah.
You know what I'm afraid of is sounding stupid, and that's it.
Sounding stupid. Okay, so if you, that's a great point. So if you had a plan and you had some answers for objections already kind of pre-programmed, would that alleviate that fear, or probably not?
Probably not. It's just, I don't know. It's just a fear there. Yeah, I'm not scared. I mean, like you say, all I got to do is just like talking to you, like we talking now. But it's like if we start talking about doing it, it's like, am I guess I'm not feeling confident. It's maybe that's why I feel like I'm sounding stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Great point. Great point. Let's talk about that. This is very important. Tonight we're talking about agenda. setting the agenda. What do you say as soon as you get on the phone? Now, the agenda, I want to share my screen with you really quickly, and I'm going to read it to you. Now, the important part of the agenda is really that it sets the stage for the call, and it allows you to become the authority on the call. Okay. And here is the agenda. You can see it here on the screen. Hi, my name is blank. I'm a real estate investor and I'm looking to buy my next investment property. I saw this property online and it was interesting to me. I wanted to call you and ask you a few questions. You can ask me a few questions. And if at any time during the conversation you feel like I may not be the solution for you, you can just tell me no right then. You don't have to tell me you'll think about it or anything like that. You can just say no.
Right.
Does that sound fair? Okay. That's the agenda, guys. Now, this is the reason and only reason why I credit myself for being a success on the phone with homeowners. This one statement. Now, you're going to do yourself a service by memorizing this a bit. Okay. Do not get on the phone and read it. All right. What happens? All right. Let's open it up again here real quickly. Somebody come on here and tell me, what does a telemarketer sound like? How do you tell it's a telemarketer when they call you?
When they ask how you're doing.
Oh, great point, man. They have this pre-programmed, hi, my name is Justin. How are you today?
Yep.
Like,
bye.
It's so disingenuous. Don't you agree?
Oh, totally. I end the conversation at that sentence.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to dump them immediately because so that's what happens when they feel like you're a telemarketer. Now, are we telemarketers? No.
To some degree.
We're not telemarketers because we are calling as investor buyers. Okay. Now, I understand why you said that, bro. But I want you to get the mindset of I'm an investor buyer. I'm big time. I'm big stuff. I'm the buyer. These people, they're the ones that have their home for sale or for rent on said social media platform. I'm calling as an investor buyer, the authority, the guy with the money, the guy with the solution. Okay. If you come at it with that mind frame and you say the agenda, you will minimize and eliminate 90% of your problems. I promise you. Because this agenda is about establishing authority in the conversation and laying out a roadmap for the conversation. Now, let's look at it one more time. Hi, my name is Justin. I'm a real estate investor. I'm looking to buy my next investment property. Now, you don't want to say it like this. I'm reading it. I saw this property online and it was interesting to me. I wanted to call you and ask you a few questions. You can ask me a few questions. And if at any time during the conversation you feel like I may not be a solution for you, you can just tell me no right then. You can fire me. You don't have to say you're going to think about it. Now, see, I add that in there. Does that sound fair? Okay, what am I doing in this statement, guys? Somebody tell me, break this down for me a little bit. Give me your opinion on this statement. Anybody?
You're establishing the guideline or who you are.
Yeah.
And what you're wanting.
Exactly. Yep. I'm telling them who I am. I'm bypassing the disingenuous, hey, how are you? What's the weather like? You know, they already know that nobody gives a shit how they are today, right? I hate to say that, but that's pretty much the truth. They already know that. And just like Greg was saying, I believe it was Greg, as soon as you come off like that, they read telemarketer and they immediately shut down. Okay. You're not calling as a telemarketer. You're calling as an investor buyer. Like Janet said, you're telling them right away who you are and what you're about, what you're up to. Hi, my name is Justin. I'm a real estate investor and I'm looking to buy my next investment property. I saw this property online and it was interesting to me. So I wanted, now here I am, I'm going to lay the roadmap. I just told them who I am and what I'm doing without any telemarketer sounding bullshit. Now I'm going to lay out the roadmap. Okay. You can ask me I wanted to call you and ask you a few questions. You can ask me a few questions. And if at any time during the conversation, you feel like this isn't a good fit for you, you can just tell me no right then. Okay. I like to say, in fact, if at any time during the conversation, you feel like I may not be a good fit for you, you just tell me no right then. You don't have to tell me you're going to think about it or any stuff like that. I'm a big boy. I can handle this. Oh, does that sound fair? Okay. Now, I've been basically reading it, but I want to role play it for a minute. Okay. I want to role play it for a minute. Maybe before we do that, let's talk about scripts. This is the only part of this that I want you to memorize. Because scripts don't work. Scripts are what telemarketers use. You're a professional real estate investor, so I want you to memorize the set the agenda part. Hi, my name is blank, that part. I'm a real estate investor. Let's role play. Somebody be the homeowner.
All right, I'll be the home.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
We just lost the script, right, Justin?
Yeah, you just lost the script. I took it down off the screen. You want me to share it again?
It would be great, actually. Yeah.
All right, let's share it.
No,
again.
you don't need that.
All right. Ring, ring. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Is anybody there? Hello?
Yeah. Hi, my name's Clint. I'm a real estate investor.
Hey, Clint, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Hey, we switched it up, man.
Yeah,
I'm
I wasn't
sorry.
sure.
I was calling you.
Right. It's supposed to be the other way.
My bad, guys. Hey, all right. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Yes, this is Justin. I'm a real estate investor, and I'm calling about a property I saw on Zillow, 123 Apple Cart Way.
Yes, that's my property.
Oh, great. I got the right place. Super. Hey, my name is Justin. I'm a real estate investor, and the reason I'm calling is I'm looking to buy my next investment property. And I saw this one online. Whoever's got the dog, please mute it. I saw this property online, and it was interesting to me. So I thought I would give you a call. I wanted to ask you a few questions, and perhaps you wanted to ask me a few questions. At any time during the conversation, if it doesn't seem like it's, I'm a good fit for you, it's okay if you just tell me no right then and there. I'm kind of wanting to do something pretty quick, and it's okay if you tell me no. Is that fair?
That sounds fair to me. Sure, we can do that.
Okay. You see how I didn't read it, but I put it in my conversational language. This is very important. Okay. I want you to memorize this sentence because this sentence is going to save your tuchus later on in the conversation if things start going south. The problem with most of us real estate investors is when we're making our phone calls, we've been taught the old school way of present, right? Benefits, feature, function, benefit. Hey, check out these power windows on this brand new Ford. Look what they do. They're going to go up and down when you push the button. Oh man, the benefit of that's going to be you're going to stay so cool when you're smoking your smokes and you're like ashing out the window. Man, see, feature, function, benefit. That's old school sales. It's a pitch. It's a presentation based on the product. But we are not doing that here. What we are doing here is we are calling to ask a few questions. They're going to ask us a few questions. We're going to determine if they're motivated or not. And if they are, we're going to kiss the girl. And if they're not motivated, then we're going to get off the phone and go to the next one. Okay, so get it out of your mind, guys, that you're going to convert all of these. You're not going to convert all of these. You're not even calling to convert all of these. You're not even calling to close all of these. You're just simply calling to get them on a scale of 1 to 10, motivation-wise, and then determine whether or not they're worth talking to longer. Now, this process can take 3 minutes or less. You're going to learn this process during the next several classes here and on Saturdays with the live I Call Your Seller Leads. All right. So you're going to learn that, but this agenda is going to save your tuchus. We're going to talk about this. Let's role play. Who's bold enough to role play with me and be the caller on just the agenda part, just the agenda. Make it sound good, guys, not a telemarketer. Remember what happens when we find a telemarketer? We hang up. All of us hang up. Oh no, another damn. Okay. Now, so don't sound like no telemarketer. Okay. Come off like the rich real estate investor that you are. All right. The wealthy, busy businessman, the no bullshit business person who's looking to do a property deal today. Is it you? Okay, that's the guy. All right. If you need to wear a hat, all right.
Here we go.
If you need to wear a hat, and if you need to turn the switch on, that's hard to do, guys. So that you can get in the mental capacity, you flip the switch. I'm no longer who I was 5 minutes ago. Right now, I am a wealthy, busy businessman looking for a property deal, and I'm not here to beg. I'm not here to be beat up. I'm not here to take any bullshit. I'm going right to the point. I'm going to ask a few questions. Perhaps they'll ask me a few questions. And if it's not a good fit, it's okay if they tell me no. You know what the flip side beauty of that is if they say yes, and they always do, then when they say yes to you, I can tell you no, they're also saying yes to you can tell me no. Does that make sense?
It does.
All right. That's why the agenda is so important, because it puts you in control of the conversation. It establishes you as an authority, not a telemarketer. And also it will save your butt. And we're going to talk about it saving your butt here in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and role play this a few times. Any volunteers want to role play this? Turn the switch, flip the switch. Let's role play. Okay. All right.
Okay, so I want to role play, but what you talk, I'm not sure I'm understanding what you're talking about.
You're going to be the real estate investor calling me. I'm the homeowner, and you are going to successfully go through the agenda.
Okay, all right, let's try it. I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I can't see.
All right. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I can't see.
You got a terrible echo.
All right. Anybody else? How about you, Greg?
All right, I turned that one off. Go ahead.
Okay, we're good. All right, I can hear you perfect now. All right, you're calling me. So ring, ring. Hello?
Hello, is this Justin?
Yeah, this is Justin.
Hey, Justin, how you doing? My name is Edward Porter. I'm actually out of Chicago area. I'm a real estate investor. I actually seen your property online. I was thinking about giving you a call and see if we can have a conversation. I'll talk to you. I ask you some questions. You can ask me some questions, and we can find out if it's a good fit. If it's a good fit, don't feel bad about telling me no. I can understand that. How did that sound to you?
Okay. All right. Yeah, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, sure. I like it. All right. Now, let's go back and do it one more time.
Okay.
Let's try it again. Ring, ring. Hello?
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 Hello, is this Justin?
Yeah, this is Justin.
Hi, Justin. My name is Mr. Porter. I'm a real estate investor. I actually seen your property online, and I wanted to give you a call and see if I can ask you a few questions. You can ask me a few questions and see if it's a good fit for me, and you can tell me no if it's not. How did that sound?
Yeah, that's good. Okay, see how easy that is, guys? Yeah, good job, man. Good
It
job.
was a good job.
Thanks.
Round of applause. Yeah.
You sounded very natural today, much more
Yeah.
relaxed.
Yeah, very relaxed, not telemarketer-ish. Okay. Now, see, there's a big difference if I go, hello, my name is Justin, and I am a real estate investor. I am calling about. Okay. See,
Actually, I didn't even have a script in front of me. All I did was try to memorize what you was trying to get at, and then try to
yes,
use that.
yeah, perfect,
me.
man. Yeah. See, that's exactly what I want you to do. I want you to work with this one sentence until you get it into your own language in your own conversation, and then I want you to put it down. Now, I
But
always
see,
say,
with my problem, you know what? I feel like that. I guess that's what give me the fear, because I seem like I feel like, not saying I don't sound stupid, but feel like I don't sound professional. But I guess you can't be professional. You just got to be who you are.
let me tell you about that. You know, do I sound professional?
Yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah.
What? Okay, I don't think
What
I
do you
sound that
think, Clint?
professional. I sound like a damn hillbilly most of the time.
Hey, you sound confident.
Right. I guess you like that. Well, I don't sound confident then. I guess.
Okay.
Huh?
I
Well,
think people
only
overlook people's accents because they realize that technically we all actually have an accent. So you do have a little bit of a hillbilly accent, but you still sound professional. So you sound,
Right.
you know, just like if Matthew McConaughey was on the phone, he's got a different accent that I'm not used to hearing as well, but he can sound professional. So generally you do, Justin, sound professional.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
all right. Where do I
You
send the
sound like
money?
you've been doing it a while too. So
Where,
I guess
where do
that's got a lot to do with it.
where do I send the checks, guys? You're
I'll
gonna
give
have
you
to-
the PayPal. I'll give you the PayPal email.
Oh yeah, I'm to send the funds through PayPal. Okay. hey guys.
So what do you think, Justin? After hearing how I sounded, what do you think I need to work on on the beginning? And
No,
if you
no,
had to tell me to work on something.
yeah. Let me tell you. If I was going to grade you between, like grade school grades, I would give you an A. I'd give you an A.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's nothing really here to work on other than your confidence level in it, like that I'm doing good, and we're all telling you did a great job. So just go with the flow that you did good. Practice it a few more times until it gets boring.
Right.
And when it gets boring, then you're starting to get good at it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now, here's how I practice, guys. When I'm driving down the road and nobody's in the car, phone ain't ringing, radio's up mildly. Hi, my name is Justin. I'm a real estate investor, and I was calling about property I saw on Zillow. Yeah, 123 Apple Cart Way. Okay, great. Yeah, I got the right place. All right, super. Yeah, well, like I was saying, I'm a real estate investor. My name's Justin, and I'm actually looking to get my next investment property. See, I'm almost asking them to fucking celebrate with me. Pardon my French. Right? And so I saw this one. It was interesting, and so I thought I'd call you, and I wanted to ask you a few questions. See, maybe you'd want to ask me a few questions too, probably. And if it's not a good fit for you, hey, I understand. I'm in a little bit of a I want to get something done pretty quick. And, if it doesn't work for you, hey, just tell me no. Is that cool? Okay, great. You see how I'm the coolest cat ever? Because I'm just practicing.
Nice cold.
I can be so cool driving my fake car, doing my fake agenda setting. All right. Practice, guys. That's my point. That's how you practice. And you can also practice in the mirror. I also recommend that you, at least if you can, try to set up a mirror where you do your work. Okay. All right. I don't know who that is, but they're making a bunch of noise. All right. Try to mute yourself, guys, if you're getting in and out or doing things like that. Okay. Yeah. Get that mindset that I am the real estate investor guy. Who's role playing with me next? Anybody? Next victim.
Justin, I just want to ask, that
Yeah.
script that you're doing is for lease auctions. Is it for other specific areas of real estate as well? Because it doesn't sound like that would flow with wholesaling.
Yeah. I actually, it's a great question, Clint, and thank you for asking. It is the same conversation I teach for both things, ugly house and pretty house creative stuff. And the reason I teach it because I use it that way. Now, here's why I use it that way, dude. Sometimes I get these leads in and I know they said yes to a lease option text, but when I get them on the phone, guess what? It's not a lease option deal. It's more like a cash deal. And so this conversation that I have laid out here, you know, of course I learned it. You guys probably figured out. I've learned it from Claude Diamond, but this conversation, I can at the closing stage and in the qualification stage, I can start modifying it to go their direction. But then in the closing stage, I can change my closing question and go for a cash money deal. So I've used the same, like I've done that. I've called leads thinking it was a lease option. Turns out, no, it's really not a good lease option deal. It's a cash money deal because they were asking, I think I did it on camera once. There was somebody asking 160 on that one. Or no, it was worth 160 and they were asking 100 and then they dropped it to 80. And I was like, okay, a lease option might be okay here, but I'm going to go for the cash money deal. And so later we offered them 50, I hear. So yeah, I mean,
Well, I guess in the beginning you would use that script in either way you want them because you actually wouldn't go into the deal phase to after you got the report at the beginning, right?
yeah, exactly. See, in the agenda, I'm just setting myself up as the authority. I'm setting myself up to have a successful phone call. I'm letting them know who I am and what I'm doing right away. So there's no wondering if I'm a telemarketer. And then in the qualification section, I'm asking questions which are going to tell me whether or not it's a lease option deal or it's a cash money deal. You know,
Right.
like for example, and let me get back to the screen share here and I'll show you. You see in the qualification section, it says, hey, I saw the place online. It looks like a nice place. How long have you lived there? And why would you ever want to sell such a lovely place? Okay. The next question is you wouldn't want to sell today, would you? Okay, I'm looking for timing here. The next one, how much are you asking and how much do you think the property's worth? If they said, well, it's worth 160, I'm asking 110. I might take a little less than that. It needs X, Y, Z. Okay, am I going to go ahead and continue to pitch a lease option deal or am I going to shift now and start going cash money deal?
Yes, really good.
Yeah, you're doggone right. I'm going to start. Oh, no, let's go. Okay. All right. 110. That's what you're asking. You think it's worth 160? Oh, okay. Wow. Well, how did you arrive at those numbers and why 110? Okay. And you said you might go a little lower than that. What does that mean? Okay. Now I'm digging a little bit. See, but I'm digging for cash money gold now. Okay. So that's what I do. All right. And it's successful for me. And I like it because it's simple for me because I don't have two conversations I have to be master of. I just have this one and I can take it in a couple, 2 or 3 different ways. You know, the question that is really most easily asked is, hey, like I said, I'm a real estate investor. I saw this property online. I want to buy another property. And would you be, I like this one. I see what you're asking for it. You're asking 110. You say it's worth 160. I'm not sure I could do that today, but would you be interested in anything creative or could I lease it from you for a couple years before I buy it at 110? See, I'm easily, I can go whatever way I want. It's like that, guys. I don't know.
Multiple tools in your toolbox. You're armed and dangerous.
Say what?
You're armed and dangerous.
Yeah, armed and
Yeah.
dangerous. That's right. Let's role play it. Let's role play it another couple times, the agenda. And then I want to show you something about the agenda that I think you're going to like. And who's up? Who wants to volunteer?
I'm ready to listen.
I'll
Okie
try it.
dokie.
I'll try it.
Oh, we
Justin.
got Michael.
Yes, sir.
Michael G.
There we go.
In the building.
Welcome, sir. Okay, you're calling me. All you're going to do is set the agenda tonight. You're not going to
All
go
right.
into the qualification or anything. You're going to let me know right away you're not a telemarketer by being so real. Okay? See, and that's another thing that the guy who just did that role play, there he is right there. I'm talking about you.
All right.
All right. you were saying I didn't sound smooth, or what? How did you say it? I wasn't like, I didn't
It
sound
just
like,
sound professional.
okay, professional. That was the word. Hey, do you know that is actually an asset? Really, it's a benefit to you, because if you sounded professional, then you come off right immediately like a telemarketer or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
That's
better.
what I heard too, though.
Yeah, I'm okay with a little natural stutter, or a little natural pause, or changing the pattern and the meter of the words and the rhythm, and
Yeah. Because
make it real.
I think too, just when you sound too polished, that put up a person's defense too. When you sound too polished, well, I
Man,
know it would to me. I would think you would be up to something.
You're
if you
exactly
sound too
right.
polished.
You're exactly right. I got blown off the phone call probably a week and a half ago. I was calling homeowners, and the guy, it was going so good, and he was asking me questions, and I was coming off with the smoothest. It was like I was the dude in the Matrix. Hell, I look like I'm in the Matrix tonight. Yeah, so like you can't touch me. Yeah, and then all of a sudden he was like at a 9, and I was about to kiss the girl, and she turned around and went in.
You had to go chase her, huh?
And she left me out on the front porch, and the door was locked. So I sat down on the front porch, and I thought, man, what'd I do wrong? Something. I came off too smooth, too professional. At some point, I shifted from being a normal guy looking to buy a property to being the guy who has the scripted answers pre-programmed, ready to go. And see, you got to watch that. The better you get, now you might not have that problem for a bit, but you can get so practiced at this that you become too practiced at it. And you wanna always remember, keep it real, Michael. Ring, 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 ring. Hello.
Hello, is this Justin?
Yeah.
How you doing, Justin?
Who it is?
My name is Michael. I'm an investor. Now, I buy properties in the Atlanta area, and I saw your house on for sale by owner. Like I said, I'm an investor, and I was looking for my next property. And I want to ask you a couple of questions. You can ask me a couple of questions, and if it's not, what you like, or if you think it's a good fit for you, if not, you just tell me no. You think there was something you maybe interested in?
Yeah. I loved it, except for the last sentence, man. The question. You don't want to ask me if I'm interested in that. You just want to say, hey, is that okay?
Is that okay? Or something?
Does that sound good?
Does that sound good?
You dig? That'll work probably.
Okay.
Well, whatever. Put it in your language, but make it feel like Michael, but just something more simple than that. Yeah. So let's do it one more time. I will give you an A-, and you got the minus on the last question. So let's go for A+. Let's go for A+, Michael. Ring, ring. Hello.
Hello. Is this Justin?
Yeah, this is Sam.
How you doing, Justin? My name is Michael. I'm an investor in the Atlanta area, and I saw your house on for sale by owner, and it seems like something I would be interested in. Like I said, I purchase houses, 1 or 2 a month, and could I ask you a couple of questions? You ask me a couple of questions. If it's a fit for you, if not, just tell me no. You don't have to say you'll think about it. Just, do you think there was something you'd be interested in? Yes, no, maybe?
Okay. All right.
Yes, no, maybe.
Like a text message question in there, I see.
I thought he was gonna go off the map there for a minute, right?
No.
I thought there for a second. I was like, oh, here he goes. He's creating a bunny trail, and he's going down.
Nah.
Dude, you pulled it right back on, man. You pulled the wheel.
Yes.
You pulled the wheel right back on the road, and here we're going right down the road, and then we get to that last question. And you asked me if I'd be interested. Just say, hey, does that sound okay?
Does that sound
Or is that fair?
Okay.
Is that fair? Okay.
Or is that sound fair?
I think that sounds better. Is that fair?
Okay. All right. Start over. Ring, ring. Hello.
Hello. Is this Justin?
Yeah, this is him. Who's this?
How you doing, Justin? My name is Michael. I'm in the investor in the Atlanta area, and I was saw your house on for sale by owner. And I was wondering if I can ask you a couple of questions. Ask me a couple of questions. You know, if you think it's a good fit. If not, you just tell me no. Or if you think it's fair, you can tell me no also.
Okay, excellent. Much better. I'll give you an A on that. One. Okay. Who's next? Anybody got questions about this so far, about what we're doing here in the next 4 weeks? Anybody got questions about the agenda, what it does, why we use it? Anybody? Okay. Anybody want to volunteer?
Just a question.
Yeah.
So far, what we're doing is we're actually returning phone calls or returning calls from text messages. Is that the idea? Or it could really be anything?
Yes. These are typically for the people that I work with, it's text blasts that have been sent out, and these are the return text messages, and we're initiating a phone conversation with them. This could also work for any other inbound lead type, whether it's postcard, whether it's inbound phone call, voicemail, whatever it is. If you're straight cold calling people out of the phone book, you're probably going to have to reintroduce yourself in a little different way. And we'll probably talk about that at a different time. But I don't really recommend just straight cold calling. I recommend generating leads.
That would be very difficult. It is. There are people that are doing it. You know what I would think, Justin, is that if you're replying to somebody or you're calling somebody back after a text message, probably it would be a great idea to say, I'm just responding to you after I just read your text message a few moments ago. That way it jogs their brain and they think, oh yeah, so I can eliminate 7.5 billion people on the planet. There's only 3 people I sent text messages out to today.
Yes. That can very easily be incorporated into the agenda, and I'm not opposed to that. I do not personally do that because I'm in a little different shoes than you guys. Most of the time, I've taught myself to not do it that way because I'm on the phone a lot with you guys' leads on one-on-one calls, on coaching calls, and I do it on video. And so many times these leads are either older than I think they'll probably even remember me, like they're several days old, or I technically didn't text them. Okay. So I don't bring it up, but it isn't a bad idea to bring that up. And that could be easily done. Good point, man. You could say, hi, my name's Justin. I'm a real estate investor. I texted you a couple days ago, was asking about lease and so on and so forth, buying it at the end. Oh, yeah, you remember that? Okay, great. I was just calling because I wanted to ask you a few questions. You could ask me a few questions. And if at any point you feel like it's not a good fit, it's okay if you just tell me no today. Is that okay? Okay. So, you can modify this, but you want to nail that last part about asking, who you are, and about asking the questions and getting them to ask you questions. And then about, hey, if it's not a good fit, if I'm not a solution for you, if what I want to offer you for the property doesn't work for you, you can just tell me no. However you want to say it, like that. But that's a good point, Clint. Yeah. And that's a great idea. You probably should do that if you're generating leads like that and you're not me,
Gotcha. Okay.
Anybody else want to role play real quick? Come on, guys. We got time for 2 more.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Yeah, let's go. Isn't that number fun?
Yeah. Come on, guys. Come on.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay. Oh, I can. All right, I'll live. Somebody's.
Who is that? Who is that?
It's James.
Okay, Jim.
All right. Are you new with us here, James?
I'm new tonight. Yeah.
Welcome, sir. I'm glad you're here, man. Where are you calling from?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Good. Another good Southern boy like me. I like it. Welcome, man. All right. You're going to tackle the agenda. So I'm going to be the homeowner. And the phone rings in 3, 2, 1. Hello?
Hi, is this Justin?
Yes, this is he.
Justin, my name is Jim Everett. I'm a real estate investor, and I saw your property at 123 Main Street. I'm looking to buy my next investment property, and I saw your property online, and it kind of interested me. Just wanted to call and ask you a few questions. You can ask me a few questions, and hey, if at any time during the conversation you feel like it may not be the solution for you, just you can fire me. How does that sound to you?
That sounds great. What can I tell you about the property? See, you did great, man. Good job. That's for everybody. I ring a cowbell every now and then. I don't know if you knew that, James, but
I didn't.
when somebody does something spectacularly well, or they succeed and get a check, or they get that shut up money, I ring a cowbell. Man, you nailed it right out of the gate. Right out of the gate. Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Round of applause. A. That's a A. A. I liked it. You catered it. It sounded conversational. It wasn't telemarketery. You let me know who you are right away. I like how you switched it up a little bit in there, but you kept the meaning of it all and the purpose of it all. Perfect, man. Perfect.
Great.
All right. Who's next? Who's next? Somebody. We got time for it. We'll cut this off at an hour tonight, but we got time for another role play or two. Who's up? Batter up. Batter up. Batter up. Come on. You guys don't make me cuss.
Everybody's heard my voice already. Everybody's heard
Go ahead,
me.
Clint.
Everybody's tired of my voice. I'm even tired of my voice.
We love your voice, Clint. Your voice is the podcastiest, smoothest. It's silk, man. It's velvet. It's velvet. It's digital velvet.
Yeah. Don't get shot tonight, Cleo.
I'm actually not familiar with that opening pitch. You know that it sounds different from what I've been using, and I actually would need to see it in front of me. I'd happily do it actually.
What?
You know, the truth is, we should be able to adapt and improvise, and so here it is. So I'll do it.
Boom. Hey, that's me. I'm the excuse remover. So
There we go. You did a fantastic job.
All right. Ring, ring. Hello.
Hey there, is Justin in?
Yeah, this is he.
Hey Justin, my name's Clint Cooper. I'm a real estate investor here in Toronto, and I'm looking to buy my next investment property. I saw your property on Zillow, and I just wanted to call you and ask you a few questions about it. And while we're talking, you can ask me a few questions as well. And anytime during our conversation, if you feel that things aren't going well, or if you feel that I'm not the solution for you, you can just let me know. I'm a big boy. Does that sound fair, Justin?
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Good job. Good
Good
job.
one.
Hey, Clint, that's a double A plus.
Yeah. A plus.
Thank you very much, Edward.
plus.
You're too kind.
Plus.
Yes, that's good. I realize, man, the only way to get on out there and do it.
Man, you guys did a great job with the agenda tonight. Let me show you how the agenda will save your tuchus. I said I would do this.
Here we go.
So let's role play. I'm the investor now, and somebody's going to be the homeowner. And I'm gonna ask you a question in the qualification section. And I know we're not covering that till next week, so it's okay. It's not about that. It's about how the agenda will save you in a tight situation. Okay. If you don't do the agenda, kiss it goodbye. Kiss it gone. If you do the agenda, you can save your butt. All right. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, whoever's going to be the homeowner, and I want you to start giving me negative answers and start questioning verbally whether or not I'm a telemarketer, where I'm calling from, am I a scam, am I this and that. I want you to get brutally real with me. I want you to create the worst scenario phone call outside of a hang up that you can. And I want you to see how I handle it with the agenda.
I would be up for the Pepsi challenge.
Somehow I knew the guy that didn't want his voice out there because he's sick of hearing it was going to be ready to throw stones
At the teacher.
I was gonna
At the
go
teacher.
too.
All right, guys. How about this? We'll let both of you take a shot at the old pro here. Let's see if I can matrix my way. I'm not worried about it. All right.
You know what this is called, right? It's called Stump the Coach.
Hey, and you might be able to. We'll see. I don't know everything. I'm just, I'm just a man.
Hands on,
Okay.
one leg at a time.
That's right. I built a contraption where I could put both of mine in at the same time now, though. So I'm a little bit.
We got to come back for everything.
All right. So ring, ring, and you're going, and we're going to go right into the qualification section. Okay. Go ahead. I'm going to ask you a question. You answer, and you get real with me, Clint. All right.
Sure, let's do it.
How long have you lived there, and why would you be selling the place?
What does how long I've lived here have to do with the price of bread?
Oh, okay. Well, really, basically, I'm just trying to get a sense of, how intimate you may be with the property. And so I was going to, trying to find out if there's anything with the property that's interesting or maybe wrong or incorrect.
Okay. Well, I've got a pool, and I've been here for 11 years.
Oh, well, why not live there another 11?
It's time to move closer to the grandchildren, actually. You know that?
Oh, I see. Okay, great. You're going to move with the grandkids. That sounds great. Is that hopefully that's not too incredibly far away, huh? That'd be a tough move.
That's actually one state away. So,
Oh, wow.
I've been putting it off, but the grandchildren are soon going to not want to talk to Gramps. So I need to take advantage of the scenario while they are young and still willing to talk to Gramps and Grandma.
Yeah. Yeah. I live a long way from my, from grandma and grandpa for my kids. And I really, I can relate to that, and it's tough. And if you can make it happen and you got the heart to, man, I am your biggest fan. I root you on for that. So what do you think what are you asking for the place, and what do you think it's worth?
I'm asking only 300,000, and I figure it's worth at least 320 to 330. So I think it's a pretty good deal for anybody to pick it up at 300 even.
Okay, you're going to have to throw stones at me here at some point, Clint. All right. All right.
Okay.
So, all right, and maybe I'm just so good that you can't even pick up rocks. No, I'm just
Gotcha.
kidding.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
just kidding. All right. So, on
Well,
the next one,
here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to give it away, and so don't lowball me. But I need to get 300,000, or I'll just walk, or just keep on living in this place.
okay, okay, I understand that. What do you think it's worth?
I think it's worth 300,000.
Okay, I see. So you're asking what it's worth. Okay. All right. And you're ready. This is something you want to do right now, or are you kind of planning this for the future?
I was hoping to do it right away, but I don't have to. I can wait another year, but if you come up with the money, then we don't have to waste time. We can move forward with things, but it's all to do with what you come up with. If you're just here to lowball me, which is what I get on a weekly basis, then we might not have much to talk about. Unless you can present some other reason for me to go ahead, but I'm not going to hold my breath here.
Yeah, I understand. Well, like I said, I'm a real estate investor, and I'm looking for my next property deal. So I was looking at this one online pretty extensively, and honestly, as a real estate investor, I'm not able to pay what you're asking and still turn a profit, but today. But what I would like to do is give you what you're asking if I could lease it from you for 24 to 36 months before I buy. Is that something that would be comfortable for you, or probably not?
You want to lease it from me? How does that work?
Yeah.
I was hoping to sell it, as you know. How does the lease option work?
Figure out a way to call me a scammer, okay, Clint?
Okay, this sounds quite sketchy. I noticed you're calling from an area code that I don't recognize right off the bat. So my guard is up. I got to tell you, I don't even know about your accent here. Where are you from? And why would you want to buy my property with an accent like that? Because nobody in my state has your accent. Where are you from?
Yeah, that's a great question, Mr. Homeowner. Like I said, I'm Justin, and I'm a real estate investor. See, I'm going back to the agenda, guys. Listen carefully. Hi, my name's, where I said, hi, my name's Justin. Okay. Yeah, that's a great question, Mr. Homeowner. Like I said, my name is Justin, and I'm a real estate investor. I actually live in Kansas City, Missouri, but I'm looking to buy an investment property there in that area. And so when I saw this one online, it interested me. And so that's why I wanted to give you a call and ask you a few questions, and you could ask me a few questions. Does that seem unreasonable?
Not at all. I have one question. How close to the exact number I'm asking for can you come to?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to pay cash for, like that today, but I could if you would be interested in leasing it to me for 24 to 36 months. See, I went right back to the closing. I went from the closing back to the agenda when he starts giving me a hard time, and then I go back to the closing. Okay. When I settle the problem, when I put out the flames with the agenda again. Okay. Now I want you to just straight up right now, just say, listen, I think you're a scammer, man. And I'm getting tired of these people calling me. Say that to me.
Listen, I think you're just a total scam. This has nothing to do with what my objective is. And I don't know where you get off asking to lease my place for 24 months when I'm looking to sell the property.
Oh, yeah, I understand, sir. I'm a real estate investor, and I'm looking to buy an investment property that I can make money on. And so I wanted to call you and ask you a few questions, and you could ask me a few questions. It seems like this might not be a good fit for you. Is that correct, sir?
It's a terrible fit for me because you haven't offered to come up to my 300,000 that I've been asking for. So okay. I don't know what this lease deal means. This doesn't make any sense to me.
So if the only way that I could buy your property is by leasing it first for 24 to 36 months, then this is over. Is that right?
Yeah, this is a done deal before it even starts. This has nothing to do with what I want. I need to get a large cash payment so I can buy a property in the next state over.
Okay, I understand. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Okay, so great job, Clint. Thank you for helping me there, man. Round of applause for Clint.
Thank you for being a good sport.
Yeah, good job. Good job. Ring that cowbell for Clint. Yeah, you can see now the point I'm trying to accentuate here is that no matter how rough he gets with me, whether it's a little rough or whether it's really rough, and he says I'm a scammer, I'm always going to refer back to this agenda. No, sir, I'm not a scammer. I'm a real estate investor, and I'm calling because I'm looking to buy another investment property. I wanted to ask you a few questions and let you ask me a few questions. And like I said, if it's not a good fit, you can just tell me no. It feels like you might just be telling me no. Is this over? It's okay to say that. There's no law against that. You're being an adult, right?
Right. Sure.
You're handling your business and your phone call as an adult. And if they want to take it down some negative pathway, go back to the agenda and ask them if it's over. If they say yes, get off the phone. If they say no, then continue on as the authority in the call. If you're not setting the agenda, you're not setting yourself up as the authority on the call, and you are going to be perceived as a telemarketer or as a beggar or as some other type of salesperson, and we're all just waiting with bated breath for that phone call where we pick it up and it says, hello, hi, is this Justin? Yeah, this is Justin. Hi, my name is Kathy, and I'm calling to talk about your credit card services. Is this a good time? Yeah. How are you today? Ugh, right? Sure. You wasted my life. I hate you. You don't want to be that. All right. You want to set yourself up as the authority. Hi, my name's Justin. I'm a real estate investor. I'm calling about this property at 123 Apple Cart Way. Oh, I got the right place? Awesome. Great. Like I said, I'm Justin. I'm a real estate investor, and I'm looking to buy a new investment property today. and I saw this one online. I wanted to call you and ask you a few questions, let you ask me a few questions. And if there's at any point, in the conversation, you feel like I'm not a solution for you, it's okay for you to fire me right then. You can just tell me no today. Does that seem okay? Yes, 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 I can control. Yes, you're letting me control the conversation. Yes, you're letting me be the authority. Yes, you're letting me ask my questions. Yes, you're letting me keep you from abusing me. Yes, you're letting me be the boss. You're letting me be a rich businessman and busy businessman like I really am. Oh, wonderful. Then let's continue the call. That's great. All right. That's why I love the agenda.
It's
Because
great, Justin.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. I was going to ask you just one quick question. We're always taught, and I don't know if Claude Diamond teaches this or not, but a lot of the other trainers have taught us to listen to, we should be talking 20% of the time, listening 80%. I don't know if Claude Diamond teaches that or not. Does he?
He doesn't teach it in a percentage-based rule like that, but what he does teach is that you do not go into explainer mode. Okay. You're going to base your conversation is going to be 80% questions and 20% explanation. All right. And maybe not even that. So, as far as the talking and listening part goes, if you're asking more questions than you are doing other talking, then you probably are hitting that 80-20. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah. I was just wondering because when you, in the setting the agenda, you're talking about, you're saying to the customer, the potential seller, hey, you feel free to ask me questions as well. And when you're supposed to be listening 80% of the time, I'm just wondering if that's just something to say where you actually don't actually want the person to ask you questions. It's just maybe it's put in there just designed to make the customer feel like this is going to be a fair, equal 50-50 conversation.
Yeah. My sense of it is that I want them to ask me as few questions as I can get away with.
Sure.
All right. So I want to, and this conversation does that in a sense that it minimizes the amount of questions that I'm raising in their minds.
Okay.
The alternative to this conversation that has been popularly propagated and through some very, very wealthy, well-known coaches, and that is, hi, my name is Justin. I was calling about this property. Great. How are you? Oh, wonderful. Tell me about the house. Oh, what color is the paint and the carpet and the roof and is there a dog track in the backyard? And oh, okay. You have a swimming pool? Oh my, is it above ground or below ground? 30 minutes later, meanwhile, 30 minutes later, you're still jacking around with this homeowner and you have no concept of whether or not they're motivated yet or not. You haven't been in control of the conversation. You haven't asked your questions that lead to a knowledge of motivation. Okay. So, this is a very simple conversation that really gets to the point fast. The way Claude designed it was to get it where you can establish their motivation level in 3 minutes or less and save your day as a business person and save your ear and get to the money as quickly as possible. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I might not even, but that's the best answer I got for that.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, especially with the lease options, right? Especially, or maybe not just the lease options, maybe with all scenarios. But I listen to Claude. He talks about how in the early days he used to spend 45 minutes on the phone call, and he used to hate himself because of it.
Yeah.
Only to find out that it was a total waste of his 45 minutes.
Exactly. I don't want to do that. And I love that he puts out these 3-minute timers, which I have one and I love it. I use it. It keeps me mindful that my time is money. My time is important. I already dread doing phone work. So why do I want to make it last longer than I have to? Let's use the agenda. Let's get through the qualification. Let's determine if they're motivated. If they are, kiss the girl. If they're not, bail. I like it. I like that. There's other ways to do it. And maybe other people are successful with it. I don't know, but this is the best that I've ever used. If you watch some of my videos from last year, you'll probably see me using a slightly different technique. Well, I've gotten better. I've learned more. I've grown. And now I'm using this particular technique because it's so simple and it's effective. And I think I like it that it goes right to the point. It's brutally honest. I don't have to bullshit anybody. You know, another thing that people are afraid of when it comes to this call is what if they say, are you going to live there? What do I say? Am I acting like I'm going to live there, or is somebody else going to live there? Because I have this battle in my conscience about deceiving people. Yeah, because you're a good fucking person. You know? Yeah. You know, everybody has a conscience, hopefully, should, you know, and you listen to it. This conversation is not misleading. I'm telling them right off the bat, hey, I'm a real estate investor. I'm calling to find another property deal. Okay. Now, later on in the conversation, when they say, are you going to be living here? I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to be living there, Mary. That's a great question. But like I said, I'm a real estate investor, and I'm actually looking to get another investment property. And here's what I want to do. I want to put some good people in there, and I want to make a little bit of money, but I also want to make a great solution for you. Does that seem unreasonable? Is that a deal breaker? No, it's not. Great. Then let's never fucking talk about that again.
Great answer. There we go.
You see what I mean? It's brutally honest. I'm not here to trick anybody or to, ooh, look over here. Sleight of hand. I got flowers. Now here's a dove. I'm not doing any of that. No, I'm going right to it. I'm serious. I'm an adult. I'm a busy businessman. And either this is a fit or it's not. I'm going to know in 3 minutes or less, and I'm out. Or I'm kissing the girl, one of the two. You know what I mean by kiss the girl, guys, right? Ladies?
We do. We do.
Do guys do that anymore? I'm not sure. With all this political correct stuff going on in the world, do guys ever kiss the girl anymore, or they just kiss the other guy? I'm not sure. I'm just kidding, guys. So anyway, yeah, kiss the girl. All right, who's got questions? Hey, puppy. Who's got questions, concerns? Give me some feedback, guys, before we wrap this up.
I have a question just with regard to lease options. And
Yeah.
this isn't actually a sales pitch. It really should be, but I'm just wondering, are people finding that it's difficult because the assignment to make a go at it, because assignment fees are generally much lower than wholesale fees, or what are people finding?
As far as the profits go,
Yeah.
3 to 5% typically is what's being asked. I was talking to a guy, Clint. You'll find this interesting. He's watching right now. Actually, I see him watching. Angelo, I think it was Angelo, was telling me, or maybe it was another guy.
From Italy.
Maybe one of my coaching students today that I talked to. He said, you know what's interesting? He's getting started too. He said, I was looking out here and I think it was either Clark County or it was Nevada or it was over in California. He said, you know, the average around here on the assignment fee on the lease option deals, he said it's averaging around 30 grand.
30 grand.
I was like, oof.
How can that
Oof. Yeah. And what's the purchase price? $450 and up. Okay. So you do the math, man. I don't know, but one deal can change everything.
Sure.
And it has for me many times. Just don't be like me when I first got going, especially, and make a big check and then go like out and, you know, yeah, shit, I don't have any left. Don't do that, you know. And you believe me, you can go through 30K pretty quick.
Pay the bills.
You got 30K in bills?
No, I'm saying put it towards paying your bills. Most people that
Oh,
start
yeah.
out need to pay down bills very, very quickly.
Well, I've spent 30 grand before, and it goes for more than bills, but it runs out. Yeah. Yeah, but I know what you mean. Be smart about it. Don't go buy a new car or anything. Don't go to Nebraska Furniture Mart and buy all new furniture and appliances. Okay, wink, wink. Don't do that. All right. Anyway, that's a story for a different day. Anybody got any more questions or feedback?
If you get somebody to say okay and you get the property, I think that's where the problem come in is getting a buyer or getting a what they call it a tenant buyer or whatever.
Yeah. Finding a tenant buyer is not as difficult as you might think. Really. I've heard a lot of lately about it, and I ain't buying it. Because how many renters out there would love to own something, and if they could just get their foot in the door, and they had a little bit of cash to do it, and a lot of them have a little bit of cash, then they would totally love to do it. The problem is, as real estate investors, when we get to the tenant buyer phase, we completely forget our conversation skills. And we go to, being a presenter or trying to pretend we're a realtor or some kind of property manager or something. And it's not like that at all. My conversations with tenant buyers are very short, sweet, and to the point. And I disqualify them immediately, or I qualify them and a set appointment for them to look at the property. After they look at the property, I talk to them immediately, and I don't just talk to them like, hey, how are you? I'm on a mission. Hey guys, you see the property? Yeah, you saw the property. Great. That's awesome. Is there any reason why you guys aren't ready to go right now? Like I'm here to do a deal. What are you going to do if you don't do a deal like this? When are you going to own a home? You don't know. Well, this is a great opportunity to do it. I'm not just like talking to talk. I want to close deals, and I think we get out of that when we're doing the tenant buyer side, and we slip over into some kind of lazy mode. That's my opinion of it. And what I think people fall prey to it because they get text messages from tenant buyers. Is this property still available? Sure. I desperately need somebody to give me some money, so I'm going to kind of become a beggar, and I'm going to chase you. And no. People call me or they text me, and I'll say, yeah, have you seen the property? No, I haven't. Have you driven by the property? No, I haven't driven by it. Please drive by the property. If you're interested in it at that point, let me know. I'm not fucking around. Like, we're going to have a 20-minute conversation about a property you don't even know what it looks like. Go look at it. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. Take it or leave it.
Justin, just out of interest.
I got a follow-up question.
Okay, go ahead.
Follow-up question to that one, Justin.
Yeah.
You're in Kansas City, right? What if there's 3 hours away from it? How would you get the buyers out to you? Would have the homeowner assured, or how would you go about doing that?
Yeah, Mr. Homeowner, I'm not going to live there. Like I said, Mr. Homeowner, I'm a real estate investor, and I'm looking to buy my next investment property. And what I want to do is I want to put some good people in there, and I'm going to make a little bit of money, but I also want this to be a great solution for you. Does that seem unreasonable?
No, it sounds great.
Okay, great. Well, when I get these folks ready and I've got their background checks and everything all squared away with them, or at least started, and it's time for them to take a look at the inside of the property, would you be available to show it to them at that time?
No, I'll be moving out of state.
So, okay. You're not going to be anywhere around?
No, I'll be, like I said, I'm selling the house, trying to get, lease it out, but I won't be in state.
Okay. Do you have anybody there that is around, brother or cousin, anybody that could just open it up and let them in?
No, I can check around, probably get one of my old friends here.
Michael, how are you going to sell the house if nobody can take a look at it? I'm just curious, man. I mean, it seems to me like, no matter what you were going to do with it, somebody was going to have to see it, man. Surely you have a plan for that, right?
I was hoping it would have been gone by now. That's why I, tried to get
Okay.
it before I was trying to leave.
I'll tell you what, I'll go to work and see if I could find somebody, but you got to let me know if we can get in there. If we can't get in there, we can't do it.
Okay.
Okay. Now see,
Great.
he drew kind of a hard
That
line
was
on me.
one of my questions.
Yeah. He drew kind of a hard line on me and I had to pull it all the way off the table. Okay. And that's typically how it's done. Now you can possibly, all right, go ahead and contract the deal and then make a JV partner out of a realtor or out of a property manager or out of another wholesaler in that town.
In that area? Okay, gotcha.
They might be able to show the property, but you're going to have to start piecing out pieces of the money when you start bringing in new people. So
Okay.
try to get the homeowner or the homeowner's cousin or the homeowner's uncle or somebody, because that's the most efficient, cost-effective way of doing it. Okay.
Least expensive way. Okay, gotcha.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
That was one of my
Yeah.
my questions.
It's always better when the homeowner can participate, but in some cases, you're right, they can't. And you might be like, well, how do I find the wholesalers in that area? Man, I got a list. I'll sell you. Okay. Who else has got a question? I saw
I had a quick question, Justin.
yeah.
I was just going to ask you, when you deal with the seller, do you make them sign a contract that says for 30 days or for a certain period of time that they are not allowed to go find their own tenants?
No, my agreement is not exclusive in that fact. They're allowed to go ahead and compete against me. I find that this allows me to get more deals on the board. But here's the thing, and that's scary sounding to a lot of people, but it doesn't scare me because these people are desperate. They're motivated. They're willing to be closed, but at the same time, they have not been successful with marketing the property themselves already. What makes me think that they're going to be all of a sudden successful with it now? Probably not. Is there a chance they could beat me to the punch? Sure, there's a chance, but I'm the professional here, not them. So I feel like my odds are good. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. But let me ask you, can't they just call up a realtor from any one of the brokerages and say, hey, I understand you take first month's rent. Can you find me a tenant? And you know the power that lies at the end of the realtor's fingertips, right? They can move very, very fast. They've got access to a lot of data. This is nothing new to them.
Yeah.
They are professionals as well. Not quite as professional as you, but they're still, you get the idea, right?
Yeah, that's a great question, Mr. Homeowner. And let me rephrase it just to make sure I understand, Mr. Homeowner. What you're saying is that you basically could go about doing some kind of solution similar to this yourself without me. Is that correct?
Not me personally, but I know of a few realtors in the area that have constantly been sending me postcards in the mail. And I thought, maybe you're asking, what you're asking me to do is put a whole lot of trust in you. And I don't know you from Adam or a can of paint. So I just wanted to check, should I be putting all my eggs in one basket and relying on you, who I just met 17 minutes ago? Or should I get a few people working on this deal all at the same time? So I'm just wanting to get your feedback before I commit to something like that.
Oh, no, I completely understand. And I'm not asking you to do anything you're uncomfortable with. And if you would like to have other folks looking around for you, or, keep looking yourself, feel free. My agreement that I use it's not exclusive. It doesn't take it off the market. It doesn't tie your hands in any way. Is that what you're concerned about most?
Yeah, I'm just concerned that you may disappear, you may get busy, and then all of a sudden another 30 days goes by where I don't get any money for my mortgage to help cover my mortgage payments.
Oh, I see. I understand. Yeah. And that could be a real bender on the old pocketbook. I get that. And I know you don't know me from Adam. And all I told you was that I'm a real estate investor and I'm looking for a property deal. And I don't have a crystal ball. And but what I can tell you is that it's not going to cost you anything for me to give it a shot here, and or to give me a shot. and I'm not going to just ghost you and leave you without anything. I'm kind of a nice guy. I hope you can tell, but outside of that, we'll draw up the paperwork where you're comfortable and you can go ahead and move on without me at any point if you want to. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, so you're saying that I'm allowed to call realtors if I choose to as well. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, sure. Yeah, it's your property. You can do anything you want. Yeah, absolutely. And if you beat me to the punch and you're a success and you don't need me and you want to fire me, like I told you, you can fire me right now, or you can fire me in a week, or you can fire me in a month, or you can fire me in 90 days. It's up to you.
Okay, I understand. Sounds fair and safe to me.
Great. What's your email address? I'll get this offer over to you.
JohnDoe@gmail.
Okay. Excellent. That was kind of a good role play. You can see how the agenda, I referred to it yet again, and it saves you. It really does every single time. It allows you to operate as an authority in the conversation. Any last things, questions, role plays, anything?
I'll make a quick comment.
Yeah, Greg.
I want to say thank you very much. I'm kind of new in this industry, newbie, I guess you'd call me. This was a really big help for me.
Yeah. Great, Greg. Great,
man. And everything. So I wanted to jump in early and role play, but my wife came home with groceries and was rearranging her freezer. Y'all couldn't have heard me talking.
All right. Well, I'm going to ring the bell. It won't ring. What's wrong with it? There it goes. Greg, that was the nicest thing anybody said to me all day, sir. I really appreciate it.
Welcome, Greg.
Yeah. And welcome,
Yeah.
dude. I'm glad you're here. You remind me of a close relative, the way you look. It's funny.
I hear it all the time.
You could be my uncle, sir. You really could. And anyway, welcome back, Uncle Ralph. I mean, Greg. Okay. Anybody else?
Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
Greg and I are going to be on the call with you tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
So how do we do a three-way? Is it that going to be through Zoom also?
Yeah, just jump on the same Zoom room and we'll all be face to face.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Okay.
Perfect. I'll see you then, bud.
Great.
That's great. Hey, guys, don't forget Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time, I call your seller leads. If you want to see this stuff in action, okay, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who I'm calling. I don't know if they're even going to pick up, if it's going to go to voicemail, or if they're going to cuss me out, or if they're going to, whatever. I don't know what. I don't know if it's a cash deal or a lease option deal. I'm just going to call and prove the conversation is effective live in front of you. So bring your seller leads and put them in the chat. I'll call them. That's Saturdays for the next 3 Saturdays. And then, of course, Monday night next week, we're going to talk about the qualification section. We're going to role play the agenda real quick. We're going to talk about qualification, and we're going to role play that. So, guys, get ready to role play. Put your boots on, tie them on tight, and let's get ready to do it. All right. None of this, I heard my mentor say today, he said, don't pee on my back and tell me it's raining. None of that. Don't be doing it. Hello, how are you? Oh, wonderful. You know what? You're peeing on my back and telling me it's raining. That's what he's saying. Don't bullshit me. All right, we're going to role play and we're going to talk about things that are going to make your life different, your business function different, and give you some peace of mind on the phone and give you some control and some power and the ability to close deals without being a beggar or without being beat up. Nobody wants to get beat up. Nobody wants to get beat up on the phone. We hate that. But this agenda, man, it saves you. Qualification puts them on that stage, puts them on the scale of 1 to 10. So that's what we're dealing with next week. Don't miss it, guys. Any last things before I sign off?
Just a big thank you for me, Justin. Thank you very much. And thank you for everybody showing up. Glad to have such a big group.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Hey, I love every one of you. Thanks for being here. You guys are the reason for these type of things. And I try to create these type of events to answer your deepest desires. So if you have other things that you want to learn besides the seller phone call, start putting them in on the Facebook group, If you're watching us live somewhere, check us out at realestatewholesalersclub.com. Come and join up with us. Hit like and subscribe. Hit that bell. Ring the bell, baby. Ring that bell. All right, guys. Love y'all. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys.
Hey,
All right. Take it
this
easy.
stuff is better than a job, huh?